It is the second week of August, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You walk from your car to your front door, and the heat lays on your shoulders like a wet wool blanket. Inside, the air conditioner has run since breakfast. This month's bill will be the biggest of the year. For many families, $400, and you're still not comfortable. The upstairs is stuffy. My kitchen has no air conditioner. No house on our road has one. And this afternoon, my family will nap and cook and eat supper in it. I'll say it plainly, because honesty matters more than a good story. Our houses are not cold, but there is a world between warm and unbearable, and between a $400 August and zero. My name is Rebecca. My mother raised 8 children through 50 summers without a switch to flip. Her 7 rules: shade, night shift, closed morning, cellar, summer kitchen, wet cloth, rhythm. Most cost nothing. And fair warning, Rule 3 is the exact opposite of what you did this morning. Stay to the end for the one window test and the truth about that $300 Amish tunnel video. We begin under the oldest worker on our farm. Rule 1, shade first. This maple was planted by my husband's great-grandfather. It has worked every summer since and never sent a bill. Touch a wall in full sun, then one in shade. 20-30 degrees difference. Your hand can measure it. The English cut the trees to build faster, then bought machines to do what trees did free. Old houses wear hats. The porch is a shield. It stops the sun before it touches the glass. No porch? Shade the glass. An awning, a shutter, a sheet pinned outside the west window. Glass is a trap. Curtains inside catch the heat after it's already in. The shift, shade the outside of the glass, south and west first. Rule 2 begins when the sun touches the hills, because the night is a delivery. Rule 2, the night shift. Every summer evening, cool air is delivered free to your door. Most people leave the package outside. Even after a 95-degree day, the night drops into the 70s. 2 windows, opposite sides, one low where the cool comes in, one high where the heat escapes. Heat rises. Give it a door. Your attic bakes past 130. Open the top of the house at night and it exhales. My mother called it banking the cool, filling the walls, the floors, the beds with night. Stop here. Let that land. The coolest hours of your day are free if your windows are open when they arrive. Rule 3 is the one almost everyone does backwards. Rule 3, the closed morning. At sunrise, we do the opposite of what you'd expect. We shut the house. Windows closed, curtains drawn on the sunny side. The cool we banked all night, sealed in like cellar air. Be honest, a hot day comes and you open everything to get some air. By 10, you've traded the cool night for the hottest air of the day. A closed house holds the low 80s on a 95-degree day. Warm, yes, but livable, workable, sleepable. Open at dusk, closed at dawn. That rhythm is the whole engine, and it costs nothing. The shift. Stop fighting the afternoon. Win the night, then lock in the winnings. Rule 4 lives under your feet, in the one room the sun has never touched. Rule 4, the cellar. 6 feet down, the earth forgets the season. 55 degrees, summer and winter. That's why the spring house works. The ground is the oldest icebox there is. On the worst afternoons, my grandmother moved the afternoon downstairs, mending, resting. The hot hours belong to the coolest room. And millions of American homes have that room. A basement full of boxes, while the family sweats one floor up. You don't need to remodel. You need a chair. No cellar? Every house has its coolest room, usually north-facing. Give the hot afternoon to it. Stop here. The earth under your house is 55 degrees right now, free, forever. You just have to go where it is. 2 summers ago, in the hottest week of July, the power failed across our county, 3 days. The English houses went quiet, food spoiling, families sleeping in running cars for the cool. On our road, nothing changed. The cellar stayed cold. The night shift still delivered. My English neighbor sat on this porch that week and said something I've never forgotten. "Rebecca, you're not living without electricity. You're living without needing it. Rule 5 has its own little building." Rule 5, the summer kitchen. It's real, and it answers one question. Why light a fire inside the house? You're trying to keep cool. All the boiling and canning of high summer happens out here. The heat stays with the work. The house stays with the family. The English run a 400-degree oven and a cooling machine in the same room and pay both. You already own a summer kitchen. The grill, the porch, the picnic table. 2 or 3 nights a week, we like nothing. Bread, cheese, garden, tomatoes, cold pie. In August, a cold supper is wisdom. The shift: cook outside. Cook early or don't cook at all. Never heat the house. You're cooling. Rule 6 is the oldest air conditioner on earth. It's hanging on my wash line. Rule 6, water and cloth. Hang a wet sheet where the breeze comes in. The air walks through and comes out cooler water. Leaving takes heat with it. The English call it evaporative cooling. Grandmother called it Tuesday when the day winds anyway. You don't cool the room, you cool the person's feet in a basin of cool water. 10 minutes. A damp cloth on the neck. Cool water over the wrists. Cool the river and the whole valley settles. Your grandmother knew all of this. Somewhere between her porch and your thermostat, the knowing got lost. And yes, on the meanest afternoons we sweat too. I promised honesty. Not miracles. But sweat with a breeze is a different animal than sweat in a sealed box. The shift: when you can't cool the air, cool the cloth, the water, the skin. Rule 7 holds all the others together. It isn't about the house at all. Rule 7, the day's rhythm. Our summer workday starts before 5 by 10. The heavy work is done before the heat arrives at noon. We stop fighting. The hot hours are for slow things: shade, mending, a nap, a visit. The English mow at 2 in the afternoon and call our way old-fashioned from inside the heat stroke. Then the sun drops, the windows open, and the porch becomes the living room. On the worst nights, we do what farm families always did: move the beds down. Porch parlor, coolest floor. Stop here, let that land. Our summer isn't a battle against the heat. It's a dance that refuses to step where the heat is standing. Shade, shift, closed. Morning cellar. Summer kitchen, water and cloth rhythm. 7 rules, 0 machines before the test. 1 honest word about that $300 Amish tunnel, the one the industry banned. The truth from an actual Amish kitchen, I don't know. 1 family with a pipe under their house. The idea isn't a lie. Deep ground really holds near 55, and engineers do build earth cooling. Nothing is banned. It's just work, money, and wet climate problems. Nobody mentions everything that tunnel promises. The old rules already deliver for the price of a tree, a curtain, and a habit. Cooling is the biggest line on a summer power bill, about 1/5 of a home's electricity. Keep your air conditioner. Use the rules and let it work half as hard. Truth: age is better than a good story. My mother taught me that too. Now the 1 window test. 2 questions. 1. Which room of your house is coolest? At 4 in the afternoon. And were you in it today, or was it holding boxes? 2. Tonight at sunset. Which 2 windows on opposite sides? Will you open? If you can't name them, you found while your bedroom never cools down. Whatever you just pictured, start there tonight. 1 rule, then another tomorrow. 7 rules, 1 idea underneath them all. You don't beat the summer with a machine. You outsmart it with a schedule. Stop here. Let that land. Which of the 7 is your house missing? 1 through 7. And did your mother or grandmother have her own trick against the heat? Write me the memory. I read every single one. If this helped, share it with the 1 person whose upstairs is unbearable right now. Next time, when this heat breaks, how we sleep warm all winter without a furnace. Bill, same earth, other direction. Remember the oldest worker on this farm planted by a man who never sat in its shade? The sun writes the schedule. We just learned to read it. Good night from our farm. See you in the next one.